Hi guys, welcome back to Geeks Wargaming, and in this video I'm covering all the elites in my Iron Hands army. So this is quite a big section of my force. Again, sorry about the wobbly camera. Hard to get it all in on the tripod and obviously be able to zoom in and show you everything. So we'll basically just start from the front and work our way back, I guess. So this squad here is my Catfracti Terminator squad. This is the plastic version that you got from the Betrayal of Calth box set. Again, originally purposed these for Horus Heresy, but you can use them in 40k now as well. So they're a fairly decent unit. They're slow, but they've got a 4-up invuln save, so they are actually pretty resilient. And now with the bolter rule, these are kicking out 4 shots each. Obviously, when you're in the tactical doctrine as well, the -1 on that all helps. So these have got some minor additions to them that I've just sort of put on to, again, make them look more Iron Handsy like I do with all of my force. So a couple of sensors. So that's made up just from, I think that was originally, that was like a little bit of a grenade launcher that comes with the kit. I've just chopped it off and I've just put 2 of the bolter scopes on it just to look like he's got some kind of targeting. Then all of these little targeting things, I think they were from Zing Industries, those ones. That's just a light off a tank or Dreadnought. And then that is, I believe, some kind of breaching charge from a 30k kit. And again, all the wires are just from Zing Industries, just a 1mm wire. But yeah, fairly impactful unit if you can get them into combat with 3 chain fists, 2 power fists. They can mess up a knight if you get them into combat. So I used to basically run them in a Storm Raven and drop them out and go and punch stuff, but I haven't used these in 8th edition. So yeah, don't know if they'd be effective or not. Might be worth giving them a try. What do you think? Comments down below. Next unit, we've got the Apothecary. This is the Forge World 30k model, but again, fits in quite nicely with the theme of the Force. All the Iron Hands with all the extra bionics and things like that. I've swapped his arm so he gets a power sword. Just thought, you know, if you're spending points on a character, then you may as well give him something that you can go and whack people with. And then I've just added the what's it called? The little hazard stripes. Painted those on the cable and then given him a little bit of a targeter, pointing in the direction that he's at. Just little things like that can really help to customize your force and make it look completely different from your friends. We've then got an 8-man Sternguard squad, and I've been racking my brains as to why I've only got 8 rather than 10. And I think it's because back in 6th or 7th edition I used to put them in a drop pod, and they probably came down with the captain and a librarian. Probably. I think. Seems to make sense to me. I don't think I've lost any, so that must be why. But these have all been, again, excuse the, as Richard calls them, legacy bases. 28mm, look at those. Oof, sweet 28mm bases. Yeah, so a lot of these have been updated using the fine cast Iron Hands kit. It still holds up okay in some places. Like, that's a pretty cool helmet, isn't it? So, and then there's some other bits and bobs, like I've used an arm there, so it looks like he's actually attached to the gun, and then the helmet's an Iron Hands one there. So that is my Sternguard squad. These might be quite effective now, dropping in a drop pod, but not how these are built. This is just a complete hodgepodge of uselessness, isn't it, really? It's just basically what you get in the kit So I think this was 2 kits worth. So obviously they give you 1 combi weapon of each type. There's a grav gun in there. This one hasn't got, and that one hasn't got a combi weapon, just to probably keep the points down. And then the sergeant's got a power axe because Iron Hand's fluffy in it. And then a combi flamer, which I guess used to be good in some edition. Then moving to the back, this is sort of I love Dreadnoughts. It's probably why I collect Iron Hands, because their fluff is all about the Dreadnoughts. You know, it's supposed to be the highest honour that you can receive as an Iron Hand is being entombed into a Dreadnought chassis. So I've got my 2 Ironclads. I love these. I think these are really, really good unit. They're so tough. Toughness at 8. They do a lot of attacks. If you get them into close combat, their chain fists do an awful lot of damage. I think it's like minus 4 and 4 damage or something stupid like that, and that's hitting on 3s, so they're great. And then the Hurricane Bolters are really good now, aren't they, because of the bolter discipline, so they get it all the time because they're Dreadnoughts, so they're pumping out 12 shots from each one of those Dreadnoughts, and then they've both got a melter on there. So this one's had some slight conversion work. It's from the Forge World model, this one is, whereas this is just the standard Games Workshop model. However, that bit on his head, that's, I think it's the Death Company Dreadnought, but then the little sort of missile-y bits at the front, or the hammery type of bits, they're from the seismic hammer that comes with the rest of this kit. That missile launcher there is just so I've kind of done it so I can say, oh yeah, he's got hunter killer missiles, or he's got the ironclad launchers. You know, it's kind of WYSIWYG, whichever way round. I want to play that. And again, same with this. If I want to say he's got the ironclad launchers, that's those on top, or if he's got hunter killer missiles, then I can say that's those on top. You know, whatever. So he's got the melter gun in there, which I've sort of converted from, I think that was a Centurion piece. And then his arm is actually the other arm from this guy, which comes with the siege drill. But I've just I've used the front of that, as in this piece, is from the Librarian Dreadnought that has the helmet that runs all the way through. So I've just used the helmet because I've got a couple of Librarian Dreadnought kits, and then I've just used a Horus Heresy style chainsword there, and I think it looks quite cool. It doesn't look too puny, I don't think, so quite happy with how that came out. And again, really like using these, really good in battle. We'll move over to the Contemptors. So the one with the 2 Keris assault cannons is the Forge World model. You can tell because obviously it's a lot more posable, a lot more detail, that type of thing. And then the one next to it is the plastic one that you get from the Betrayal of Calth. However, I tried to make it look a little bit better, so I have sort of converted it a little bit. I chopped his legs off, and then gave him some sort of little ball joint in the legs, just to sort of make the legs look slightly more dynamic. I then chopped the arms off, and I've put magnets in the arms so I can sort of pose that. And the fist I've made just into some kind of, you know, chain fisty type of thing. And then that's a Cyclone missile launcher off a Terminator. So in 8th edition, it's just too expensive, that type of loadout, so that's why you'll never see him. Plus, although I've done all that conversion work on it, I don't really like it. I just think it looks too plain. I think it's the head, the fact that you can't move the head, so maybe in the future, if I was to do something like that again, I'd swap the head out. But yeah, you know when you just don't really like a model, that's what the vibe I'm getting from him. Because he's a lot cooler, isn't he? And you'll see me use this guy a lot. And then moving across to the 2 big boys, my 2 Redemptor Dreadnoughts. Now, I bought the Redemptor Dreadnought when it first came out, this one, and I loved the look of it. I thought it was really cool. It's absolutely huge. It's got so many guns all over it. It was just really cool. Really loved it. And then the rules were just pretty chaff. I think it was about 210 points when it first came out, and it had a lot of guns on it, but it was hitting on 4s. It's toughness 7, 3-up save. It's just better dreadnoughts out there, namely the Leviathan. But now it's had heavy points drop, so I think it comes in about 160 points. If you're using Iron Hands, all the heavy weapons on it, you don't get the minus for shooting. And then if you're in the Heavy Doctrine, obviously all these weapons go from being AP0 to AP1. So this is pumping out an awful lot of anti-horde firepower. It's quite a scary amount actually now, how effective these are. And if you've got it, near a chapter master, then you're re-rolling everything. But with the Iron Hands rule, you don't even need to care about that, because it's hitting on 3s and then re-rolling the 1s. With the new character Ferios, I can buff one of these up to being hitting on 2s as well. So hits on 2s, re-rolls 1s. It's a lot of shots re-rolling everything pretty much. So yeah, really like these. I am thinking about maybe sticking another Redemptor in my list, cause I just like them. They're such a big presence. I was thinking about the new Invictus Warsuit, but it doesn't really fit with my Iron Hands army. I haven't got any of that sort of Vanguard style force in the Iron Hands. I know they can take them in the fluff, but it is the 10th company where the Vanguards stick into, and all of mine are Clan Rakan, which is the 3rd company, so it doesn't really fit in to what I want to do. So I think I'll probably just add in another Redemptor, unless they release any big juicy dreadnoughts in the future. So that is it. That is all my elites. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hopefully you like them. Do you have any success with running dreadnoughts? Do you run any different types of dreadnoughts? What do you like doing? Just let me know in the comments below. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already done so, if you could subscribe, it really helps us out. A lot of the people that view these videos aren't subscribed to the channel. So if that's you, yes, I'm looking at you. Go and click that subscribe button. Really helps us out. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.